This is KVUE News Daybreak.
It is a big day for the state of Texas. The state's most controversial immigration law getting its first federal hearing today. What the judge is considering and what this could mean for the legislation.
Another busy week for lawmakers on Capitol Hill as the health care showdown continues. Why more Republicans say they're not voting for it and what the president is saying about it.
And a mid-air meltdown. The scary things one passenger did on board a Texas-bound flight.
And a busy morning. Nearly 4,000 people are without power this morning. Take a look at the map here. This is near the Domain, and it stretches to Lamar on Highway 183. So we're definitely keeping an eye out on those power outages for you. Again, nearly 4,000. So let's get a look at what we're tracking with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez.
Well, the rain chances continue not only for your morning commute, but also this afternoon. We're still talking possible thunderstorms that could increase in our forecast with daytime heating. We've quieted down pretty much in the last 20 minutes. Notice a lot of the yellow shaded colors on radar have dwindled down to small pockets of green shaded colors. And that's light rain that we're still seeing across Travis and Williamson County. And there we are, where we've seen some moderate rainfall in North Austin, where we do have those power outages. Now just light rain, but it does encompass I-35 from Round Rock into central Austin. Keep that in mind for this morning's commute. And the only areas of pockets of moderate rain are now north of Thorndale and outside of 79 if you're possibly trying to commute on that road this morning. But up to an inch is expected within the next 48 hours because rain chances continue this afternoon and even tomorrow morning and afternoon for central and eastern counties close to an inch. The hill country could possibly see a little bit more. Again, we'll get kind of a break of the stronger rain this afternoon, or this mid-morning, should I say, into the afternoon. The storms could fire up into the evening hours. But sky cams are wet and the roads are wet also. Anavid has an update with traffic.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Erica. Good morning. Well, take a look at this if you're at home. This is a look at 183 and Burnett Road, a live tech stop view, rather. You can see this is a very active scene. AFD is on the scene here. An emergency crew is trying to clear power cables. So this is partly what's causing some of you guys, 4,000 of you all out there that have no power this morning. So this is a closer look at your map. Take a look at this. This is 183 Research Boulevard at Burnett Road. So traffic in this area is actually being diverted northbound on Research Boulevard. So if you are in this area, be aware of that. You're going to be diverted to northbound Research Boulevard. 183 southbound, 45 to Mopac, 7-minute commute, 10 minutes, 45 to I-35 on 183 southbound. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks so much. Well, happening today, the future of a new highly controversial bill in Texas sits on the shoulders of a San Antonio judge who will consider whether or not Senate Bill 4 is constitutional. And as KVUE's Corey Coffin reports, that decision could be made as soon as today. Good morning, Corey.
And that's what we're hearing. Good morning to you, Yvonne. SB 4 requires local law enforcement comply with immigrations and customs enforcement detainers. Those are requests to hold someone while in jail while their immigration status is being investigated. Now, it also allows local officers to ask for a person's immigration papers during routine traffic stops. A handful of Texas cities, including right here in Austin, are now suing the state, saying the law promotes discrimination. Immigrants United spoke on the effects of this fight here in Texas. The organization's executive director told us they're mobilizing as many people as they can.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to push us back into the shadows with SB 4 and with scaring our community like that. And we can't let that happen. We got to go out and we got to fight back for our children, for our families.
Now, in fact, today, many community leaders are gathering ahead of this morning's hearing. They'll be rallying at 8:30 in front of the courthouse in San Antonio, where a judge will begin hearing arguments in about an hour later after that, about 9:30. But this is an issue that's sure to take some time to sort through. In the meantime, Immigrants United is putting together workshops to educate people about their rights and putting them in touch with immigration lawyers, as well as teaching them how to manage their money if a family member were to be detained. The law is scheduled to take effect September 1st. We'll have updates on today's hearing in San Antonio as they happen. We've got a reporter who's headed out there right now. Guys, back to you.
All right, Corey, thanks. A big week for the U.S. Supreme Court as it wraps up its term, and that means we should get a decision on President Trump's travel ban. Justices must decide if the administration can immediately enforce a 90-day ban on visitors from 6 mostly Muslim countries. We also could see a major change on the court. Justice Anthony Kennedy rumored to be considering retirement, something he could announce during today's last public session. The healthcare showdown wraps up today after both sides spent the weekend making their case to still undecided senators who could vote on the GOP healthcare plan sometime this week. But as ABC's Emily Rao reports, a growing number of Republicans are expressing skepticism.
A catalyst for heated town halls and rallies over the weekend.
Get your conscience in order and do what's right.
And impassioned debate on Sunday morning TV. The fight over our nation's healthcare system is heating up.
This legislation will cause devastating pain to millions of American families.
Potential cuts to Medicaid, a key holdup for many, but the implications of the Senate's 142-page bill are very different depending on who you ask.
Well, you keep calling them cuts, but we don't see them as cuts.
I respectfully disagree with her analysis. It's hard for me to see the bill passing this week.
With Democrats unified in opposition, Republicans can only afford 2 no votes. 5 GOP senators now saying they do not support the bill in its current form. 5 more have big concerns. Kentucky Senator and physician Rand Paul does not support it.
There's no way the Republican bill brings down premiums.
The plan in its entirety will absolutely bring premiums down.
The Congressional Budget Office could put out a score on the plan outlining how many Americans may lose coverage as early as today. President Trump telling Fox News he's still hopeful.
I think we're going to get there.
If Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has his way, there will be a vote on this bill by the end of the week before the Senate breaks for the 4th of July holiday. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
Police are investigating the cause of a deadly crash in Fayette County. According to the Austin American-Statesman, 4 people were killed after a sedan and truck crashed head-on right outside of LaGrange. It happened yesterday just before noon. The 26-year-old driver of the sedan, Sherry Williams, and 25-year-old DeMarcus Johnson died at the scene. A 3-year-old girl traveling with them was also killed. The pickup truck driver, 48-year-old Juan Benavides, was transported to the hospital where he later died. 2 others were also treated for their injuries.
Happening today, the Austin ISD School Board will hold a special meeting where they'll discuss the district's bond proposal that could go before voters in November. The district wants to stay below the $1 billion mark. Otherwise, they would have to raise taxes. Some projects include a potential new middle school in Northeast Austin, along with 2 other schools. Today's meeting starts at 5:30. It'll take place at the Caruth Administration Center. That's on West 6th Street. And this is open to the public.
An Austin area chef known for his authentic Mexican cuisine passed away over the weekend. The co-founder of Fonda San Miguel, Miguel Ravago, died at 72 after a battle with lung cancer. Ravago touched a lot of hearts and taste buds at the restaurant he co-owned for more than 40 years. We last spoke to Ravago just last month. He told us there's an art to his dishes.
Texas used to be part of Mexico. Fonda San Miguel still is. I want the chilies. I want you to taste them in your throat, not in your mouth. I don't want to burn your palate.
Ravago's best friend and business partner opened the restaurant with Ravago back in 1975. He tells us he's very proud of all the accomplishments they made and says the loss has been tough.
And well, I miss him. My best friend forever. Been my best friend for almost 50 years.
Well, a celebration of Ravago's life will be held at Fonda San Miguel on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. The event is open to the public.
Austin-based Homeaway is expanding its operation, which could mean 2,000 new jobs. The company just signed a lease on a 16-story building in Austin to expand its vacation rental sector, which is one of the nation's fastest-growing businesses. Homeaway also wants to keep up with its tech-savvy customers, so many of the new jobs could be in the technology field. Nearly 24 wildfires burning across the west this morning as soaring temperatures continue to bake that region. 1,500 people have been evacuated in Utah, where the Brian Head fire is burning out of control this morning. The fires burned nearly 43,000 acres. High winds and the record-breaking heat fueling those flames, charring everything in its path. The fire only 10% contained as of this morning. Time now to get a check of our forecast locally here in Austin. We're talking about a potential for more rain today, right, Erica?
That's right. Even though the scattered showers are lessening this morning, they're beginning to diminish. We have a chance for them to revamp into the afternoon and especially into the evening hours. Here's a live look on radar right now. Notice a lot of the red and green shaded colors begin to diminish. That's been the case the last couple of hours here in central Texas. So at least just in time for the morning commute, we won't be seeing heavy rain for your morning commute, but the roads are still going to be wet as we are recovering this morning from moderate rainfall for the overnight hours, and also still some power outages being reported out there. But as for I-35, still pockets of light rain, and also Toll 130. This is the sky cam just outside of this KVUE studios. A sunrise off into the distance right behind those raindrops on the sky cam. 75 degrees at ABIA, 73 for Camp Mabry. So one positive thing from the rain and the clouds we've seen this weekend and into today have been the cooler temperatures. I know a lot of you guys have enjoyed the cool down this weekend. That's going to continue to roll through this Monday. So if you were a fan of it for Saturday and Sunday, you get a couple more days of it. Temperatures closer to the coast are closer to 80 degrees, and the Panhandle is the coolest spot. We had a good amount of rain this past weekend, up to almost a quarter of an inch for both days combined. Could we add to those rainfall totals the next 48 hours? I'll break down the details in the full forecast. Guys, back to you.
Erica, thank you. A new water park has people flocking to Montgomery County.
And it's not like Schlitterbahn or Splashtown. It has much more of a country feel, like something you'd make in your own backyard. That's because that's pretty much what a couple of guys did to a plot of land in Conroe, which is outside of Houston. 38-year-old Chad Mayer sold 2 construction businesses to build his Oasis. It has a secluded mud hole with a zip line, water slides, and 12-acre campground where customers can relax, play tetherball, beer pong, watch out for snakes, and in his words, just be country.
Everybody around me kind of looked at me like I was dumb, and they were like, really, you're going to build a water park out in the middle of nowhere? I don't like cement. I like the country. I like bonfires. I like barbecuing.
Did you see that sign?
Yeah, I did see that sign.
Oh, I love it. Hey, bless his heart. Well, the owner plans to double his water park size by December. Obviously, this is new to Montgomery County, and its inspectors are keeping close tabs to make sure everything is up to code. But you know what? He had a hunch. He thought that it might be something that, you know, people might go to, and maybe this is a great business.
You think you got to sign a release to go out there? It didn't look that safe to me.
I like the mud hole. That was I think any boy would want to play in a mud hole.
Yeah,
I would want to.
Nothing health related wrong with that, I'm sure.
Aww.
Still ahead, a daring jump at an amusement park.
A teenage girl falls 25 feet from an amusement park ride. How she escaped without serious injuries.
Plus, a TSA officer caught red-handed. How the officer violated the trust of passengers. Straight ahead.